Tirei esse vídeo aqui lá na Twitch, sim. Agora estou fazendo live, tinha feito live aqui no YouTube, mas agora estou fazendo live lá na Twitch. Então aproveita aí, vai aí no link na descrição, vai lá no Twitch, seguir que vai ter várias lives aí e aproveitam pra interagir lá, né? E ao vivo assim, mano, e interagir, zoar, brincar, falar um monte de merda. Vai aí, link na descrição e segue nós lá. Vamos começar aqui uma livezinha aqui de um jogo diferente aqui, né, mano? Vamos sair do Soul Frame, né, mano? Que agora não tem muita coisa que fazer nele. Além de ficar forte, né? De farmar. Praticamente é isso que tem que fazer em Soul Frame. Então, eu vou aqui fazer outra coisa, né, velho? A gente vai jogar o Call of Juarez aqui, né, mano? Então, eu vou colocar aqui pra tela. Ok? Tome. E aí, vai jogar esse jogo aqui de tiro, né, mano? Que foi o terceiro jogo que eu comprei na Steam. Então, vamos aqui, né, mano? Bora aqui fazer a história aqui. Deve estar aqui o meu save. Tá aqui continuado. Vamos fazer aqui um novo jogo. Vamos. Bora na dificuldade mais alta do game. Nem sabia que o jogo tinha dificuldade, então vamos na dificuldade alta. Abilene, Kansas, 1910.
Don't I know you, sir?
Don't believe so. I haven't been here in many years. Name's Silas Greaves.
Silas Greaves? The bounty hunter?
Used to be.
Well, what are you doing here in Abilene?
Just passing through. Got a little business to take care of.
Well, sir, it would be an honor if you would allow me to buy you a beer.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple.
Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang in Bannock, Montana? Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels, boy. First man I hunted was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had no fear. Wouldn't back down for nobody.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawmen who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper. Made him dangerous as hell.
Billy the Kid, eu já ouvi falar esse nome em algum lugar, mano. Eu ouvi falar o nome dele de algum lugar. Eu não tô muito lembrado dele. Oxe, tá aqui, vou apertar.
It was about 30 years ago.
Porra, sinal de
Billy was
construído aí,
hiding out
então.
in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs.
Você recebeu o ponto de experiência para encontrar pepitas da verdade. Aperte para continuar.
I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies. But before I tell you why I want that son of a bitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Franco atirador de longa distância. Eu posso adicionar uma habilidade. Bora isso aqui. Ah tá. Nossa, tem muita habilidade. Bora nas duas pistolas então, vai.
Funny, haha.
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
Ver se tem coisa pra pegar aqui, né? Que a gente aprende durante o jogo, né? Retorne ao esconderijo. É mundo aberto esse jogo, é? Tem mapa?
I knew those two
Não tem
morons
mapa
had
nem
never
mundo
let me
aberto.
through. I had no choice.
Inimigo. Você ganha experiência. A maior da... Ah, peraí. Você ganha a maior parte de sua experiência matando os inimigos. É necessário para subir de nível e ganhar habilidade extra.
Was it
Foi
Pat Garrett's
2.
posse?
Oh yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast.
Correr, beleza.
Garrett and his
Salve
army of
Billy
deputies
daqui e o bando
surrounded the
dele.
entire homestead. I decided to help Billy and the boys out a bit.
Atira os inimigos, carrega o medidor de concentração. Aperta RB. Porra.
As the governor of New Mexico was paying for the kid's apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln
No scope,
County.
no scope. Toma. Cara, não morreu, né? Morreu agora. O outro que tá me atirando.
Garrett's men were running around like a bunch of
Ela tá
chickens with
acertando
their
tudo, né?
heads
Tá
cut off.
acertando tudo. Uma rapariga. Nas costas aqui não, né? Vamos matar as galinhas? Tem. Olha as galinhas voando. É que me atirou que eu não tô vendo. Tem outras armas não, né? Não agora. Não vejo motivo de entrar na concentração agora não.
Still, one of them reached the water tower.
Você só pode escapar de tiros mortais quando seu pensamento
Would be
está
a
totalmente
turkey shoot from
carregado.
up there.
Ah. Caralho, que foda.
Luckily, these shooters Garrett hired weren't the sharpest tools in the shed.
Subir.
The right position is very important. Personally, I prefer to be on top.
Oh, you do you?
Indeed, darling. But where was I? Oh, yeah. A lot of them were saddle tramps, or sod busters, or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks.
Como, tipo... Ai.
Then, I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window. Back door! We'll cover you!
Stop aiming, you idiots!
Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house. They made up for their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo.
Não, que o jogo era tão interessantinho assim, né?
Cut their numbers in half. But that just made the ones that
Eu
were
sou
left
muito ruim de
twice
mira,
as
mano,
bad.
mas... Vamos lá.
It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house. And like that,
You'll
I
all
was
be
inside,
dead, you
none the
bastards.
worse for wear.
Meu amigo aí. Tem inimigo, já atirar já.
Deader than a rat in a trap!
I passed Dirty Dave,
How about that? You like that?
and upstairs I found Billy and Charlie Beaudry.
habilidoso, o homem tá muito esperto. Billy the Kid. Caralho.
Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo. Grab a gun and get to the window."
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of. Anyway, we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm. You Garrett's men were dropping like flies, but they just kept on coming. That's when Charlie got hit. "They're catching us in a crossfire," shouted Billy. "Get to the other side."
Valeu. É outro botão que faz pra eu esquivar. Morri. Que pariu, velho. O cara fez de que, mano? Tô errando tanto assim.
I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally put down, but it was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time to cut and run. "They got a Gatling," Billy shouted. "Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll draw their attention." He directed that order at me, and I thought, why the hell do I have to do it? But I went anyway.
Aí.
Dumbass that I was back then. Many would have fled in my place. But I had that false sense of invincibility that many young men have. Like Jack here.
What are you saying, old man?
Oh, que viado.
He's just joshing. Yeah, you better be.
Mr. Graves, please continue.
Please, call me Silas, ma'am. Now,
Tá de escudo.
where was I?
You were heading for the barn.
Pô, eu não tô conseguindo nem acertar ele. É que eu sei o que eu vou fazer. Caralho. Se lascar, vai. Tem que mandar coronhada também.
Making my way past a passel of fallen foes.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up.
Beleza. Eu tenho um rifle, mas eu não sei qual rifle que eu tenho. Bom, de qualquer forma... Bora aqui, que acho que é esse aqui. Esse aqui faz o que? Resistência a combate, queima a roupa. Um pezinho. Um aí.
Finally, I had the stables within my reach.
Estilo patrulheiro. Qual que é o melhor? O meu? Não sei não, esse aqui é mais bonitão. Corre, galinhada, corre, galinhada. Corre, galinhada.
After the fight, maybe we could treat ourselves to some fried chicken. And that's when I met Sheriff Pat Garrett.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star.
Hello. Orgulhoso, bonitão, desajeitado. Pat Garrett.
You challenged him to a showdown.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake.
Mantenha seu inimigo na área de foco usando perto. Tá. Um pouco longe. Beleza. Não vai sair da minha área de foco não. Vai ser bem na sua cabeça. Quando o oponente começar a estranhar a mão, pega a arma, aperte RT para sacar, mira com e atira com. Cara, é assim que funciona. Eu não entendi. Ele mira primeiro, depois ele atira. Ah, tá, porra. Entendi, não. Tava entendendo. Pô, o negócio de foco não serve pra nada, né, velho? O foco é a coisa mais mentirosa que existe aqui. Você foca ele, só que o negócio do tiro vai lá pra casa do caralho, mano.
Man, that you killed him in a fair fight.
Is that what that penny dreadful said? No, boy. That ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garrett. So let me start again. I finally reached those damn stables.
Cadê minha segunda arma?
And stepped inside, and last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
And go on, how did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
Terminou, isso só foi o começo, tá? Inimigos morte, precisão, arma favorita rifle, recompensa favorita queda, duelo Pat Garrett, morto com honra, caralho. Foco, bônus, tá? As habilidades, iniciar a missão e continuar, tá? O jogo daorinha, velho.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to, the bastard had clocked me with his Colt.
And the kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive.
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
Indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid.
Punhado de chumbo quente. Depois de Spring, Billy Juarez Graves.
It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after.
Aqui não.
He was with John Kinney's gang, and they were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Why were you after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence.
Ah, me tira daqui, galera. Eu tiro.
Luckily, it was right around then that I heard Billy make his move. He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he made his getaway. Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape too. My first order of business was finding a firearm.
Ó, segredo encontrado. 1 de 4 Billy Kid. Acessar 1 minuto. Fitas da verdade. Billy Kid. Olha só que da hora. Nossa. Tem muita coisa pra ler.
Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun.
Nível 10. Muito marvado. Pode cortar um homem em 2. Muito marvado é foda.
I saw Billy through the window, and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did.
Anybody see Billy? That little son of a
Mano,
bitch
dois
shot
mesmo,
Jim
velho.
Bell!
Espingarda,
The kids escaped and raised a huge ruckus.
Deixa as balas aqui. Cadê? Aqui. Porra.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
That scatter gun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet.
Ele foi burrão pra caramba.
You hardly had to aim the damn thing. Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Can't let the kid get away! Anybody see him?
Cuidado pra fugir.
I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where
Ele
I
tá caindo
could.
pra mim.
Some of that wood was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms.
Caralho.
And suddenly, I was a fugitive.
E aí? Ah, tá.
Dad's gonna kick our ass! Can't have gotten far!
So that bastard you were after, what did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever going to find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there.
Eu saí
I
pelo
tried to be
telhado e vou
stealthy
atravessar a
and
cidade.
sneak my way past.
You!
But hell, if they weren't all waiting for me. Apparently, some of them thought I was Billy.
Reunindo na festa. Tome. Ó, ai, tome. Ah, fi. Segura.
He's in town somewhere!
See, me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and coloring. I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun.
Novo nível. Longa tirador de longa distância. Fica o que? Devagar, mire com calma. Tá, vou aumentar esse aqui também. Vou aumentar um de cada, depois vou aumentar lendo cada um aí.
Get out here! They're shooting in the trees! Put down your weapon!
Tô curioso, quero saber o que tem aqui. Porra nenhuma, não.
I don't get paid enough for this!
Retiro uma matou.
Hey! I'll fight!
There's children here.
We can take them.
So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground. I knew I needed to find a horse. Though I never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful
Porra, a Boba não tá
beasts.
deixando eu acertar o cara, velho.
We prize them too
Vai
high.
explodir ela
yes.
pra isso. Tome. Ah, papai.
I'll
Tô
flank him.
gostoso demais.
Surrender yourself.
Errei. Tem um item aqui, ó.
Show yourself.
No saco. Uma ferradura.
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot at?
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy
Trocar o
set me
rifle pela
free.
espingarda. Tá. Aqui é de munição. Eu não posso andar com espingarda junto com o rifle, do jeito.
So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town.
Daqui, porra. Fudeu, filho de uma puta.
I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead.
No. Because they
Cara,
all
não morreu,
thought
mano.
I was Billy. And all that blame would fall on him. Meanwhile, Deputy Bob Ollinger was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch, but he was doubly pissed that I stole his mean-ass shotgun. Anyway, it was me or them, and the only way forward led me straight to perdition. But the cards were dealt, and I had no choice but to play them.
Trocando.
Cover your heads!
Arm yourself. Kill him. Can't hide forever.
Inteligente.
We're gonna be in deep shit when Pat gets back.
Puro realismo. Porra. O jogo é mó bonito, é bonitinho, velho. E é da hora esse negócio. Tô gostando.
Let's do this.
Tive essa habilidade agora. Matar esse povo.
I'm putting you down.
Finally, I found what I was looking for. The stables on the edge of town.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Sure he did. Dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. Hello, Bob, I said. I think you better let me go. And he says, I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun. So we stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
Sei, porra. Ah, nossa, eu tenho que ficar me preocupando com isso aqui agora também. Quando ouvir o batimento cardíaco, você pode puxar sua arma primeiro. Contudo, você será marcado como um ato desonroso. E você será lembrado na história como um covarde. Ah, então não, né? Nossa, agora fudeu. Eu não posso... Porra. Tá. Tem que me preocupar com duas coisas, velho. Vai se fuder. Ouça o meu desonramento. Errei 2 vezes. Que vergonha. Vai tomar no cu, velho. É difícil pra caralho. Eu tenho que me preocupar com o foco e a velocidade que eu puxo a piroca da arma, velho. Ah, mano, eu morri também, mano. Cara aí, como que eu faço isso então? Eu atirei primeiro que ele, acertei no pescoço. Só que ele atirou junto comigo e me matou, caralho. Eu prefiro ser desonroso. Senão nunca vou matar o cara. Prefiro ser lembrado como um covarde do que ficar morrendo aqui, velho.
I killed him in a fair fight. Everybody saw I had no damn choice. Well, Lincoln got a mite depopulated that day. Pat Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later. So his
Favorito
escape
assistido,
was
recompensa
off the
favorita,
mark.
tiro na cabeça, duelo Wolverine, Pop 91, bônus da velocidade, 2 pistas, pitas, né? Tá bom. Porra, foi do caralho. E pelo menos consegui.
So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me. I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Ruales?
I was hired to help them track down the cowboys.
Episódio 2, The Cowboy.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
Ô, Lula. Ajeitar aqui. Cadê? Tá foda. Os cowboys eram um grande bando da eu nem dei também. Pronto,
So
com
was
as
the
2
bastard
armas
you were
aqui.
after now riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was working for old man Clanton. I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there!
I did my best to help those poor passengers.
You can't outrun a bullet!
É feio.
Moments later, the
Ela ficou
attackers were
raspando os
dead.
caras.
and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None. It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often do. They would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had.
Yep,
the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force. See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations.
Filho de mamãe, o bicho correu.
But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up
Oh,
in those
caralho, tinha
damn
mais
rocks.
amigo.
I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to fight my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up.
Vai não.
Hate fucking running.
Não vai. É.
Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of
Puta
my
que pariu,
survival
tô secado.
were slim.
Eu não sei qual era o botão. Eu esqueci qual que era o analógico, velho. Pariu. Ai, caralho. Se não é o... Se não é o L3, porque o R3 vai tão porra. Confuso do caralho. Olha esse bala.
Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament. I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this?
Botou errado. Agora esse aqui, deixa eu ver. Combos maiores. Não interrompa sua sequência de assassinatos não tão cedo. Seu medidor de como fica ativo por tempo de 50% maior. Aumenta a capacidade de munição de revólver, carregando ainda mais munição de revólver. Leva com você 75 balas de revólver a mais. Cara, isso aqui, foda-se. Deixa eu ver esse daqui. Combos maiores durante a concentração. Seja mais eficiente ao se concentrar durante a concentração. O jogador sobe 2 níveis em vez de 1. Tá? Aumenta a capacidade de munição de espingarda. Isso aqui oferece dicas dos pepitos da verdade. Não perca nenhum detalhe importante. Sons e dicas adicionais. Os pepitos de verdade das quais se aproxima. Isso também significa mais experiência. Ganhar mais experiência é melhor, né? Então, acho que isso aqui tá bom. Fora que tem que ficar prestando atenção. Isso, cara. Eu vou prestar atenção, não.
Not knowing where the hell I was going.
Oxi.
And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much needed ammunition.
Nossa.
That Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know.
Eu vou ter que voltar e matar os caras.
And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo.
Para...
That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right, Jack. I was done running, and the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir.
Horrível, né, porra? Devia
I
ter
came
bala
at them
agora.
like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds.
Chapéu ali. Ah, ele a vida bem foda.
It was finally time for that old man to pay for his
Onde que eu
sins.
pego ele? Do outro lado, peraí. Agora que eu escorreguei. Oh, vamos. Agora pra subir de novo. Aqui, olha. Empurrando essas pedras do caralho. Isso. Beleza. Falta nada. Puta merda. Ranzinza, briguento. Ruim pra diacho. Velho Clayton. Clayton. É os Claytões. O Claytão bom de briga.
I'm coming for you. A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come. But I knew I could not let that deter me. Not if I was to find and kill Ringo. I needed to get that old man off that gun. Most everyone thought it was the Juarez who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me.
Mentira, velho. Tá me atirando aqui. Mano, eu não sei como esquiva mais, velho. O jogo me ensinou, só que eu esqueci, velho. E aí, mano? Ele não ensina. Tá merda, velho. Acho que eu tô. Ai, meu Deus. Morreu.
Made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps, and that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral.
Acabou. Encontrei velho. Peraí, deixa eu ver um negocinho aqui. Meu Deus. Tá. Tiroteio na serraria. Lugar, né? Tá. Antes, vou pegar comida ali que já tá pronto, né? Então já volto, já morri um pouquinho, mas voltei.
A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo. I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
Somebody's coming! So, what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bryant?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why. But first I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Tem mais bala pra rifle que...
Earp's coming! Get ready, boys. Curly Bill took charge of the Cowboys upon the old man's demise. And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge. So they murdered Morgan Earp, and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil. Wyatt and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Ride, hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Perdi mão. Mano.
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the Cowboys identified each other. And I was beginning to wish I had one myself. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And that's what drove me forward.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
I hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not
Mas
Wyatt
não,
Earp.
senão fica gastando muita
That
bala.
man was all hat and no cap.
Earp wasn't much of a match for him. But Doc Holliday might have taken him.
That lunger should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone for the murder of more than Earl.
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back. That was common knowledge.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal. Well, to get to that loyal friend, I had to pass by some buzzsaws as big as a man.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot. Where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
I think we got his hander up.
Segurei. Segurei, galera.
Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
Tem sorte que tem que carregar aqui, senão. Segura aí agora.
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an impressive operation.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream
Espingarda, será que seria bom agora trocar para uma espingarda?
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand.
Não vou não, porque eu já tenho uma linha espingarda aqui, então.
Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Toma uma dose antes de tomar chumbo.
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Dele. É nada idiota, ele vai ficar correndo. Sei que era só eu e ele, velho. Vamos morrer. Ô, desvio. Essa porra. Eu vi que eu vi. Burrão. Vem pra caralho.
Gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
O próximo no comando e na cova, Johnny Ringo. Deu.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Puta merda.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Caralho. Consegui, porra.
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true. Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo. I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Now, wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did.
Oh, magnificante. Okay.
I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant, and hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits, and put a generous price on his head. Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape, and that's where I thought I'd find him.
It makes me nervous standing so close to all these goddamn barrels of gunpowder.
Why would you be nervous? No one has the cojones to come after us. As long as you don't light up a cigar, we're fine.
Besides, George is up there on the rock.
As my late father pointed out to me more than once, God made men, but Samuel Cole made me.
Isso. Tá bom. Aqui onde que o cara tava. Aqui é... Volta que dá pra cá. Entendi.
I knew that
E
dynamite
dinamite pra
wasn't mine,
caralho.
so I decided the polite thing would be to return it. It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches. There were thieves, killers, robbing travelers, and hijacking gold shipments.
E de que o cara é?
Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy pickings. Charlie Crow, the blacksmith. James, who worked in the stables.
Tiro nem da porra, você tem a bomba
Sam
no
and
arma.
Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's sons. Ordinary citizens who lived a double life. Stealing and thieving and murdering their neighbors. Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War.
Caralho, deu...
Stone cold killers
Fiz o
trained
bom
on
kill.
the bloody
Caralho.
fields of Shiloh and Antietam. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll. A hell of a lot. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other. He set up a defensive perimeter which I had no idea how to breach. Dangerous, desperate individual. I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize it. They must have thought I was touched. Or had some kind of death wish. I thought I was some kind of hero. I finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny. But first, I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense. It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous, as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
Deu 2 tiros. Galho por rifle. Porra de rifle. Porra de espingarda. Vê. Tu bota.
Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it. Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell.
Meu Deus. Tomou no saco.
A single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion. reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense. Luckily, I was never one to be easily bushwhacked. I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come.
Take it!
With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere, a body has to know what he's shooting at. All it takes is one tiny spark, and boom.
Get him! You must be about
As a boy, I always loved the 4th of July.
surprise!
E agora?
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tube. I freely admit that my plan of attack was not just moronic, but clearly insane.
Caralho. Ah, tinha que
It's
se
a good
mover.
thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even tried it. Instead, I spotted a ladder
Ah, não tinha não.
way into the
Caralho.
mine from the opposite side.
Foda. Caralho, vai tomar no cu, velho.
It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me. Climbing down that ladder required some caution. Because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder. I needed to make a leap of
Tem
faith,
que pular.
which ain't easy when you're suspended between heaven and hell. I was determined not to give up, however. That Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged. That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find old Bob. And I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water. But first, I would have to make a choice. Take the elevator or climb the ladder.
Entre os quatro. Caralho. Desgraçado. Eu vou pra onde?
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserved better.
Nevada City? Well, I thought Plummer met his maker in Bannock, Montana.
Right, well, he was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there. The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
Cai aqui. Nome da lei, fora da lei. Oxe. Vigarista.
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was going to take some doing.
I'm going all medieval on your ass.
Oh, merda. Confundiu o lado. Peguei um flank que tá diferente. Me deu um tiro aqui. Vem. Porra. Morri. Não. Nossa, parece muita gente agora. Porra, mano. Agora é ele com sábado, é foda. Cara, é foda, o cara mandou certinho no meu pé. Porra.
So that's how Henry Plummer died. Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself. Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself. I dodged death many a time, and that night in Abilene was no different. I was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
I thought the Texas Rangers got Hardin.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe. It was Colden, a witch's tit, and a brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal compadres.
Entendi não. Falando que tem um negócio aqui nesse. Em cima, né? Só se for.
To the very same saloon we're sitting in today. Look around and imagine this place painted in blood. Hardin was waiting for me, and... Wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back up and give you some background on this sumbitch. He deserves that much. Don't you think so, Ben? John Wesley Hardin was a killer. By the end, he confessed to taking the lives of 42 men. He was a bona fide folk hero by then, and had amassed a gang of armed miscreants and other assorted thugs. He and his men set up camp outside of town, and I was hoping Bob was among them.
Son of a bitch!
They didn't ask why I was there. They knew. As most of them were wanted as well. I figured Hardin was here somewhere, but to get to him, I'd have to get past his gun hand. That was easier said than done, as most of them were as foolish and full of bravado as I was.
Tô upando um rifle, né? Que eu tô mais usando também. Vou upar um pouco a pistola, velho. Mas não tô nem...
I had to spill a lot of blood to find out Hardin wasn't in that camp. He was carousing in town with his closest friends. Hardin's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the Bull's Head. Some were hightailing it into town to inform their jefe of my unwelcome presence.
Let the boys know we got another law dog.
Não tô vendo o cara, mano. O cara tá me vendo, não tô vendo. Vai, filho.
I wondered if Bob was among them. And I steeled myself for the fight ahead. For as good as I was, deep down I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better. Before I could test my mettle against Hardin, however, I would first need to dispatch his cadre of hired killers. Most of these degenerates were beyond redemption, but John Wesley might have been a different story. I didn't learn until later that that night was in fact his birthday celebration.
Somebody kill him!
Que outro por aqui daqui? Você.
Shoot him! Shoot him!
I think I already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon.
Pelo jeito que tava aqui no peito. Ah, não vou conseguir agora. Tinha outra que eu acho que era pra cá. Por aqui eu não vou conseguir não.
Hide, you lily-livered son of a bitch!
Quando eu cheguei não tinha ninguém não. Eu que matei os caras com... Não cai não, velho. Vou entrar agora não. De novo, mano. Tá doido que tá escorregando essa bosta. Vai se fuder, velho. Ele não pulou, velho. Que ódio, mano. Ódio, tem que botar tudo de novo. Não pulou esse viado. Quero pegar um item, foda-se. Entendeu? Nossa, ele tá... Que louco, mano. O cara voou, velho. Que isso, mano. Que virou impossível de pegar o item agora, né? E... Vou cair.
Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me.
Yeah, you know you can't beat me.
Meu Deus do céu. Onde é que você tá, mano? Vocês estão aqui. Pronto. Morre, porra. Não morre, não. Imortal é viado. Oxe, mano. O que? Não. Não tá tudo.
In fact, I felt a certain hostility. I was disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were among the dead. But that was short-lived, as a moment later I was facing down the fastest gun in the West.
Começou a matar os 15, caralho. Matou um por roncar, caralho, e os outros 40 por respirar, caralho.
I felt a bolt of adrenaline.
Pô, seria o mais rápido, eu tô
Maybe
fudido.
that was fear. He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him. No, wait! He didn't hit me then. I'm sure of it.
Puta que pariu, mano. Que porra de foco é esse?
That man was faster than greased lightning. But being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was at my mercy.
So he didn't die?
No, I sent him to prison. Years later, after he was free, some restless avenger took his life. Shot him in the back in a saloon just like this one. Anybody up for another beer? Ben?
Morri pra caralho pra no final ele não matar ele, velho.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, did you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
Grey Wolf.
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation.
Dança com os renegados.
A bounty was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains. Mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven. Grey Wolf was a Chiricahua Apache medicine man who had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people. The U.S. Army had attacked his tribe during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony, and the slaughter was unspeakable. I understood his anger, as there's nothing more traumatic than seeing those you love die in a cruel and painful death. Right from the beginning, I couldn't shake the feeling that Grey Wolf was watching my every move. He led a band of young Apache warriors who wanted retribution and were more than willing to die for him.
Não, errei. Porque tem alguma coisa aqui.
They saw me before I saw them. It crossed my mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting had started, there was no backing down.
Vocês estão que eu não morri, viu? Deixa eu ver aqui agora o K12 também agora.
It was rugged country, the winter home of the Chiricahuas. And that's why they had retreated there. I admit to having some regrets about going after them the way I did. But then again, I got a lot of those.
Did you find Grey Wolf?
Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout.
Deve ser um fio, porra.
Deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you went in there.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussedness.
Então, tô conseguindo umas cavernas, essa porra. Ah, tá. Matei o cara ainda tirou. Porra. Tá nos níveis diferenciados aqui.
See, back then, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about to back down.
So it was like pitch black in there?
Actually, it was pretty well lit, as they had torches on the walls.
Meu Deus. Ó, agora tá ficando bom nesse esquivar disso. Beleza. Vou pegar aqui. Opa. Vai, foda-se. Munição, pegar esse aqui, beleza.
was his cave?
Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had hid out there during the Indian Wars.
Eu volto. Calma aí, seu bosta.
They thought it was haunted with the ghosts of those murdered by the horse soldiers.
The cave was haunted with dead Indian ghosts?
To be honest, I was more concerned with the live ones than the dead ones.
Isso aqui eu vacilei. Que de índio, velho.
How come you know so much about engines?
A few years back, I was married to 2 Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is traditional among the Mescalero.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well, I pursued him into the Cave of Death. I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows, and I sensed he meant me no harm.
You carry great darkness in your heart, and if you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me. As his story unfolded in my mind.
You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything that you are. The soul would have no rainbow if the eye had no tears.
He said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior, or something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart, and an echo of the song of the dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was definitely snakes. And indeed, his warriors surrounded me and attacked me like hungry wolverines. They couldn't stop me though, and Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk.
Porra, mano, que ódio, velho.
I swear I couldn't see any way out of this trap. But suddenly, one just appeared. Kind of like a miracle.
Nossa, eu dormi do nada, mano. Porra. O Velho Oeste, esse cara que conta história é mentiroso demais, né, velho? Até lá atrás eu tava achando verdadeiro, agora espera se movendo sozinha, o negócio indo do chão. Coisa porra.
I chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo-jumbo is right. Are you making this all up as you go?
A few details may be fuzzy, brother, but I am relating exactly what happened to me. There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high.
Dozens?
Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of them.
At least 3 or 4.
Well, more than that, little lady. I had a steep climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat. I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me. And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch let me right into a trap.
What kind of trap?
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches around me. God be my witness.
Who are you kidding?
Apertei o botão errado de novo, mano.
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches around me.
Que porra. É isso que eu tinha que fazer, caralho.
100?
God be my witness.
Oh, come on. Who are you kidding?
Hey, I believe you.
Beira da pega,
Come on,
ali
tell us how it
atrás.
ended.
All
Ali
right, but
atrás.
I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
You were surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them.
Aqui, vem. Toma aqui a planhada. Sobreviva a emboscada. Pode vir, que eu vou dar coronha a todo mundo. Toma. Pode vir. Quem vem mais? Ai, putz, saiu, porra. Mentira, mano. Mano, deu um tiro no cara, o cara não morreu, velho. Sei de que, seu viado? Não.
And in the end, a path appeared before me that I had not seen before. I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what Grey Wolf was trying to tell me. But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air.
Ele virou um lobo, velho. Ah, meu Deus do céu. Aí já tá chutando pomba já esse jogo aqui.
Never did find him. And never did collect. Thank you, darling. It's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand.
Irmãos Dalton.
Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course. I was one of the citizens who took up arms that day.
Fighting on the side of right?
I did my best, sir. We all did.
Me chamam de Caçador de Recompensas.
It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob 2 banks at the same time. 2 banks on the same damn street. Story was Bob Dalton's girl was always riding him about how he had no ambition. Oh, you're nobody, Mr. Jesse James, he'd say. Finally, the bastard took his brother to Coffeeville just to shut her up.
Pensei que ia pro outro lado da porra da bala.
Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property. Their first mistake was pulling a job in their own damn hometown. The boys grew up in Coffeeville, so everybody knew them. The bank teller tricked them, telling them the time lock on the safe wouldn't open till 9:30. Well, that gave the locals enough time to prepare an ambush for those sons of bitches.
Hey, we got us a hero.
É assim que funciona as coisas, cara. Tiro rápido, patrulheiro. Bora. O jogo fala do item que dá aqui, mas ele não... Tem uma pepita por perto, deve estar do outro lado.
The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently. First of all, it was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months. Now they finally had them dead to rights. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. They've got to wait for something.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns. So he went in there alone to confront those criminals. One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Hey, where do you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
But he paid him no mind. He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank. Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting. From above. Fortunately, a water tower was right there. A moment later, he was climbing up a steep ladder, laughing at danger as he did. It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
We've got company.
Heroic men like him, who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free. Like Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett, who died defending the Alamo.
Is that Silas Greaves? Son of a bitch! Rule the day.
Existe umas cabeças nesse cara. Eles.
Hide, you lily-livered son of a bitch!
Beleza.
Over there! That's Silas Greaves. What the hell?
Blam! Blam! He came away victorious, taking down those thieving Daltons. His His name was Silas Greaves. And when the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened.
Nunca foi bem assim que aconteceu.
It was early evening, not high noon. The Daltons blew up a safe, and were all set to hightail it out of there. I was late to the party, and Coffeyville was already up in arms. Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies.
Líder, o amante, o perdedor.
I'd been tracking those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless. There he is. And finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob 2 banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in Coffeyville.
Segura aí agora. Segura aí. Homem feio.
Those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions. I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose it. The problem was, they knew the town better than I did. And to top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout entirely.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons, and they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons, which wasn't any surprise, because those 2 families have been feuding forever. And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeyville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens.
Olha aqui atrás, não. Eles fugiram.
The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least 2 of them to escape. The 3rd brother stayed behind to plant me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work. It was Emmett, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Greaves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers. I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long life.
Nossa, cara, ele tem 12. Tô com 12. Nossa.
Bastard.
Tem dinamite.
It's hog killing time.
Deus.
I'm gonna cut you in half. You ain't getting by me, Greaves.
É louco, é?
Gonna beat you like a red-headed step.
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeyville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him? But I have to admit, that boy had grit.
Caçador de Recompensas ainda é o meu nome. Eu...
We'll get those suckers.
It took me a couple of days to track the Daltons down.
They can't get away with this!
And in that time, a whole posse of local vigilantes offered to lend a hand.
We'll track him to the ends of the earth.
They seemed as determined as me to find those outlaws. But as we headed into those swamps, it was like I had my own private army. There was no way those boys were getting away this time.
It was early fall, right? Beautiful time of year. At least you had the weather on your side.
Not by my recollection. It was damp and foggy as hell. It was tough to stay on a true course, so we kept an eye out for landmarks. It was autumn. The maple trees were in full color, red as blood. The rains that year were torrential, so the whole area was flooded. The vigilantes had spread out wide, and pretty soon I couldn't see anybody.
Bury them in the earth! Plant them where they stand!
Except for some bitches ahead of me wanting to do me harm. So I had to face them alone.
Onde que estão os parceiros?
I wondered why my compatriots didn't come running when they heard the shots.
Ela morreu, velho.
So did you find the Daltons?
Not yet. But I did have the questionable pleasure of meeting a few of their friends.
Timed up.
The boys had established quite a reputation by that time, so they attracted all manner of riffraff to their cause.
That enemy's your maker. Just kill him for Christ. You're gonna need a dustpan to pick you up. Still standing. Cut you in two.
point being I was under serious attack, and my reinforcements was nowhere to be seen.
Tem que ver o inimigo aqui de novo. Bora fazer isso aqui de novo. Janela do caos, desbloqueei. Ó, tá por bonitão.
But luckily, a barn materialized as if right before my eyes. I scrambled up top to get a better view. But just ended up falling inside.
So, how did you get out?
The barn doors was open. About right then, I saw some suspicious characters running through the bushes. Of course, I followed them. But that goddamn swamp was like a goddamn maze, and pretty soon I had no goddamn idea where I was. Steve? So I just started walking, and pretty soon... Steve? Steve?
Huh? Oh, no, I'm listening.
Indians surrounded me from all sides.
Índio, velho. Vou ficar fraco com o telhão.
I just wanted to make sure Steve was paying attention. Now, where was I?
You were following the Daltons through a swamp?
That's right. See, Steve? Dwight's paying attention.
Oh, I'm listening. I was just resting my eyes.
Você tava descansando os olhos.
So, where was I?
The Daltons.
Right. See, there's a reason so many outlaw gangs are made up of brothers. Being a brother is a very sacred thing. It's a bond like no other.
Stop that, son of a bitch!
So did you ever find the damn Daltons?
Not yet, but I did find a few of their cousins. Kansans breed like rabbits. More Smiths or Heimhoffers or who knows what. But hell, what's more important than family? I bet Ben knows what I'm talking about.
Cadê? Nem vi, velho.
Bounty hunters! Stop that, son of a bitch! Get it!
Cemitério no ponto. O cara que tá me atirando, mano, não tô vendo. Vai, mano. Ele tira pra direita e o jogo pede pra eu esquivar pra esquerda, velho. Que ódio. Vou me matar também, só de raiva. E vou de mão. Que ódio desse cara. Porra, mano. Ai, mano.
What are you gonna do? You can't get me.
Hoje aqui eu vou te mandar pra voltar lá da cara do cara agora, quer ver? Não, agora é desse não. Que cara chato.
Yeah, you know you can't.
I knew those Dalton boys were out there somewhere, standing together against anyone who would threaten them. And that's when I saw it. A goddamn steamboat.
A steamboat in a swamp?
Yeah, Steve, but this wasn't much more than a wreck, really.
But how'd a damn steamboat end up in the swamps?
Guess it floated off during the flood of '89.
Now, was it a stern wheeler or a side wheeler?
What? Does that really make a difference, Steve? It was a steamboat with a goddamn army on board. It was in that a fusillade of bullets come raining down from on high. And those vigilantes who accompanied me weren't anywhere to be found. But among those men that were shooting, I thought I saw some familiar faces. Somewhere up there, the Daltons were waiting on me.
Sim, perto do jeito deve estar aqui em cima.
Sounds like you don't give up too easy.
That's the kind of man I am, Ben. I set out to do something. I do it. Surrender just ain't in my nature. Plus, I'm stubborn as hell.
Ah, uma porta, mano. Essa aqui era... Desculpa.
Right about then, much to my relief, the vigilantes finally arrived. Their leader motioned at a cabin in the middle of the top deck, pointing me directly at the Daltons.
Esse cara passou por tudo isso sem matar os caras, mano.
After months of dogged pursuit. But it turned out that they had me.
Take him out! I'm sending you to hell!
The Daltons had played me like a fiddle. Apparently, the vigilantes were on their damn payroll. They didn't just want to shoot me. They wanted to burn me alive. But finding my way out of a burning labyrinth proved to be quite a challenge.
Right? I mean, it's not like it was a goddamn ocean liner.
Well, yeah, but I was in a
Did you
fight.
hear about that ship that's gonna launch next year? Largest one in the world.
We're talking about the Titanic. If you ask me, it's too blessed. I don't think they'll
So anyway,
Don't be stupid, Steve. They know what they're doing. They say that the Titanic is unsafe.
oh God.
But getting back to that steamboat, how did you get off it, Mr. Greaves?
I took in a lot of smoke that day, so I admit my recollection might be a bit hazy. But somehow I managed to finally disembark. It was time to settle this once and for all. About to come at me one at a time. They were in this together. Two brothers side by side, determined to take me down. Confident that this time the odds were on their side.
Esse aqui, supostamente. Será que eu posso matar os dois ao mesmo tempo? Era aquele, mano. Nossa, nem prestei atenção, velho. Puta merda. Ah, meu Deus. Ai, meu Deus, que tristeza.
They got it wrong. A sad end for those two. If they'd only known that Emmett was still alive despite his wounds. Paroled 14 years later, he moved to California and sold real estate and lived off the legend of that fateful day. And the tragic death of his two brothers. My own brothers died tragically as well, truth be told.
The Bunch.
It was 1868, and me and my older brothers were pulling a tidy profit running cattle into Juarez, Mexico. One night after my brothers retired for the evening, I found a little poker game in a cantina with a couple of cowboys. And I just couldn't lose. I even won an old Spanish coin that had to be 100 years old. Well, I was mighty pleased with myself the next morning as my brothers and I rode for Texas. But before we crossed the border, those cowboys caught up with us. It was Johnny Ringo, Roscoe Bob Bryant, and another asshole named Jim. They wanted their money back and everything else we had, including our lives, as those boys didn't want us coming for them later. Bob put that old Spanish coin in my mouth and said, "I won't have it said that I left you with nothing, boy." Well, those horses bolted, and there we hung as those bastards rode away. The branch finally snapped under the weight of the three of us, but being my older brothers were bigger and heavier, they were already dead. And right then I swore to myself that I would avenge them. Ringo you know about, but Bob eluded me. Until I heard he was riding with the Wild Bunch.
Espetacular, rouba um trem. Rapaz.
I'd been on their trail for months, ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn Mountains. Led by Butch Cassidy, they were a loose association of outlaws who robbed banks and trains from Colorado to Montana. Among them was the Sundance Kid, and that murderous hombre I was tracking, Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
No, boy. A circus like that would have slowed me down. Besides, I wanted Bryant all to myself. I'd heard about a large shipment of gold being transported to Wilcox, Wyoming on the Overland Flyer. I figured the Wild Bunch would likely hit such a treasure, and by God, I figured right. They blew the bridge with the intention of forcing the train to stop. Well, I assumed the Wild Bunch was likely in the still intact part of the train high above. I was determined to make that sumbitch Bob pay for what he did to my brothers.
Good job. Rapaz, perigoso, perigoso.
I found the device they used to blow the tracks, so I knew I was headed in the right direction.
My ears are still ringing from blowing up that bridge. What'd you say? I can't hear a goddamn thing.
Well, I made my way off unscathed and came upon a few members of the gang and had no choice but to dispatch them. From there, I had to negotiate an even more precarious route. But first, I would need to get my ass out of there.
Ah, é aqui no caminho, caralho. Caralho. Subi no trem, bora.
I jumped from the frying pan into the fire as the train was clearly fixing to fall. I had found the gang, but in order to find old Bob, I needed to fight my way forward past a whole passel of desperados. Outside, inside, anywhere I could, I made my way towards my prey.
God damn you!
Well, what about the passengers?
It was mostly a freight train, as I recall. There were no passengers aboard that day.
Não muda muito o detalhe não, né? Não muda, não. Esse aqui é mais bonito.
As I mentioned before, I am not fond of heights. But I was too busy dodging bullets to worry about falling to my death. Odds were I was likely to die that day anyway. So I was determined to take down as many of those bastards as I could.
O anjo da morte. Nossa, é uma 12 anos. Que lindo. Como é que tá o tiro aqui? Ah, em cima. O que é que ele
Times it was like shooting ducks in a shooting gallery. The only difference is these damn ducks shot back.
Distraiu pouco aqui, né?
I kept hoping the law would show up and give me a hand.
You mean like that giant Pinkerton posse that I read about? Did they come riding in, guns a-blazing to help?
É um vídeo de Curry podcast disso. Gente pra caralho.
Help? From the Pinkertons? No, son. I had to fight the wild bunch all by my lonesome, as usual.
Who the hell is that? This asshole don't know who he's up against.
Um desse não? Tem, pô. Ah, já matei os caras, né? Ele tá aqui dentro.
My guess is those dime novels didn't portray this as it happened, did they? Only a few stragglers were left. I had to cut them down pronto if I was going to stay on old Bob's trail. Once I silenced all those guns, I went searching for my nemesis, determined to finally have my justice. But the only survivor who welcomed me was George Flat-Nosed Curry.
Who was he?
The fastest gun in the gang. Right after Sundance, I mean. And Kid Curry, and maybe Elsie Lay. Though some folks might dispute that.
Conseguiria pensar.
On that very same day, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid decided to leave the Wild Bunch behind and decamped for South America. They ended up living down there for many years, but I'm sure you already know all about that.
Uma hora e meia para o inferno. Não, 1 minuto e meio. 1h30 também é foda, né? Perdi a minha... perdi minhas armas.
Sometime later I heard the Wild Bunch was back together.
Aqui eu posso carregar 212. Aqui. Pode ser isso aqui.
Kid Curry escaped from jail and now he was running the whole shebang. So I took to their trail. Because I was still in pursuit of my brother's killer and hoped that he was back with him.
That Kid Curry's kinda crazy, ain't he?
Don't let him hear you saying that.
Anyways, I tracked those boys to a camp right outside Parachute, Colorado. Being outnumbered, I didn't bother with a warning shot. I just started taking those bastards down. Old Bob wasn't among them, and neither was Kid Curry. I could sense him close by, however, plotting something nasty. I just needed a clue as to their whereabouts.
Eu gostei. Quantas pistas, paradeiros, sei lá do que.
And I found one. A map with their bold plan clearly marked. This time they were fixing to blow up a train trestle. Property of the Union Pacific. The plan clearly indicated how they were fixing to undermine several of the weakest wooden supports. Kid Curry was considered the wildest of the Wild Bunch. It was said that he fathered 85 bastard children, though some say it was only 5. Kid Curry had bragged to a whore how he was gonna rob a train heading to the U.S. Mint in Denver. And that whore, Fat Sally, she told me. The bridge was rigged with dynamite, so I decided I'd best be careful confronting those bastards. A moment later, I saw a ladder that somehow had escaped my attention.
Don't you blow us up now.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
But the Wild Bunch did not take kindly to my presence and attempted to blow my head off. It appeared the kid had found a number of new recruits to bolster their ranks. Guess there's always desperate men willing to trade their lives for stolen treasure.
What happened next?
Well, having removed the first bundle of dynamite, I decided I might as well remove the other one. Once that was done, I figured I'd find my way from there.
Cuidado.
Ready to meet your maker. I'm dead.
So, what happened then?
Had to remove more of that damn dynamite.
It must have been terrifying trying to make your way across.
I was sweating it a bit, but then I noticed a footbridge tied up on high, so I shot the rope.
So that was all the dynamite?
Funny you should mention that, darling. As actually, there was a fourth charge impeding my progress. Once I removed it, my path was pretty clear.
Death is coming.
So I proceeded onward and realized that way just wasn't gonna work. I needed an alternate path forward.
Você subir ali pra poder pegar. Porra. Aqui. Pera aí. Aí, mano. Perdido aqui. Pra cá, será? Ah, também faz sentido. Eu tô chegando do outro lado da ponte, velho. Por cima, pelo jeito. Não consigo mais. Ah, caralho. Nossa. Eu saber nunca.
Luckily, I found a cave, and as I made my way back to the bridge, I saw something that concerned me. It was a long burning fuse, and it was moving fast as hell. I had to catch it.
Negócio por perto, né?
The burning fuse was so damn quick, I had to run like the wind. I almost had it, but no. Thought I was gonna have a car when I lost sight of those sparks.
Vai dar tempo
My
não,
heart
vamos
was
matar.
pounding like a sledgehammer.
Caralho. Eu errei o pulo, velho.
I knew that failure meant boom. Then, finally, at the last moment. Whew. Of course, I was successful, or clearly I wouldn't be talking to you folks here today. Naturally, I removed the last dynamite charge.
Well, it was a touching reunion.
But by this time, I was thoroughly exhausted and dragging my ass, as I was not a young man anymore.
Kill that SOB! Make him bleed! Send him to perdition!
Finally, I found those boys. Or more precisely, they found me.
It's crazy to Kid Curry ass me! Nuttier than a damn fruitcake!
Vem pra caralho aqui, peraí. Mano, vai tomar no cu, já do cara tá morto já, velho. Ah, mas mentira que não tava carregado essa bosta. A habilidade à toa, mano. Que ódio. Oxi. Nem vi, mano.
Just when I thought things couldn't get worse, Kid Curry opened up on me with a goddamn Gatling gun. It was hidden in this tunnel and pretty well shielded.
Puta merda. Kid Curry. Ah, é. Ainda mais que tem um cara de Douglas atrás de mim aqui. Meu Deus do céu.
Just kill Red? I'm just getting started.
Luckily, I had located some dynamite. I still, however, had my work cut out for me.
This is the last mistake you'll ever make. Hold it off while I reload. Damn! You know who I am?
Ah, não pode chegar perto. Nossa.
Eventually, I brought that tunnel down. And that's when I met Kid Curry himself. He had decided to stop pussyfooting around and deal with me personally.
Porra. Ainda vou ter que lutar com o cara, mano. Meu raciocínio foi de fazer outra coisa, mas não de pegar a arma. Meu Deus do céu. Perdi, agora perdi.
As he was, I was just a bit faster.
Velocidade 19.4, velho.
And as he lay wounded, I demanded to know the whereabouts of Roscoe Bob Bryant. He shouted at me. Is that what this is about? Bob went with Butch and Sundance to South America. You ain't never finding him. Those were his last words.
Beleza.
So, Bob Bryant got away?
I knew I'd never find him in South America.
What about the other killer?
Yeah, you kind of glossed over that one.
Well, I found Jim not long after my showdown with Ringo. At the time, he was riding with the James Younger gang. Did I neglect to mention that?
Jesse James.
Jesse James? The greatest outlaw who ever lived?
Jesse and his kin rode with Quantrill when he raided Lawrence, Kansas, and killed near 200 people, boy.
Yeah, nothing great about that.
And from there, him and his brother went on to rob banks and trains from Kansas to Missouri.
Which is why there was such a rich bounty on their heads. 40 grand for both of them, dead or alive. That's one hell of a payday.
A morte cavalga ganhou de gás.
I confronted them as they were robbing a train. Bullets were flying at me from every which way.
Eu já tô com uma arma boa já, deixa eu ver, 12? É 12 não, Não tô com 12 não, cara. Pode ficar aqui à vontade. Não, também. Só que eu tô... Mano, what the fuck, mano. O negócio me deixa mais confuso do que já tô, velho. Socorro aí, velho. Pegar a arma dele. Nossa, ele tá com a minha arma, velho. Viado. Vou ter como subir aqui pra cima. Não agora, velho.
Now wait a second. How'd they stop this train in the first place?
Well, the James boys were experts at this.
Diz a lenda. Parava um trem. Só de olhar pra ele, Jesse James.
They hopped a freight train having heard there was a big payroll in the express safe. So, I hopped the same train.
Peguei. Sou eu mesmo, piririca.
The James Younger gang was decimated after that little fiasco they had in Northfield, Minnesota. So Jesse needed more men and took on the killer I was after, along with a host of others.
Aqui tá perto aonde?
I was hoping to find my man and put a bullet in his head. Climbing around that train, I must have swallowed 100 damn bugs before I reached that...
The James Younger gang pulled the first train robbery west of the Mississippi.
Sounds like you hold them in high regard.
Everyone knows they were the most famous outlaw gang ever.
And you took them all on by your lonesome. Again, I'm finding this all a little hard to swallow, friend.
Well, maybe you need to wash it down with some whiskey. By the way, did I mention that that train was flying down those tracks like a bat out of hell?
Hello. Hello, hello. Ainda aqui ainda.
Anyway, excuse me, Ben. Where would I find the gentleman's facilities? Suddenly I have an urgent need to drain my one-eyed snake. Well, I've had more than a few drinks, and I've been sitting here for quite a spell.
Right through there. Let me show you. I never heard so much malarkey in my life.
You think he's bullshitting us?
You don't think he's Silas Greaves?
I think he's just some old drunk looking for some free liquor.
I don't know, Jack. I think I believe him. You don't think he met Jesse James?
Boy, you gotta be kidding me. That story makes no sense at all.
Jack.
I mean, you gotta be two bricks short of a load to believe that cock and bull story.
I don't agree.
Jack, lay off the
But
bar.
you seriously think that tired old man went toe-to-toe with Jesse James?
Well, that's better. Did I mention that this Jim was married to the infamous Belle Starr? Of course, I didn't learn that until later. Anyway, I made my way forward the best I could. Around the sides, over the roof. I at some point, some bitch saw me and shouted out, "It's the damn Pinkertons!"
It's the damn Pinkertons!
Now, I never worked for that limey cocksucker, but I guess they assumed I was one of his assassins. Those evil bastards firebombed Jesse's mother's house and killed his stepbrother. So it's no wonder each and every asshole on that train wanted me dead.
Everybody's always mistaking you for somebody else, aren't they? Why is that, I wonder?
Don't rightly know, Jack. I'm just telling you how I remember.
Tá. Tem que subir aqui para pular.
I came across a flat car piled high with logs and had to come up with a creative way to make my way forward.
Não vi nada.
Right about then, I was attacked by some asshole on a Gatling gun.
Well, seems like you run into a lot of them.
Asshole?
Gatling guns.
Yes, I did. Now, I don't remember how I took it out. It was either a bullet or dynamite.
Where would you find dynamite?
Does it really matter, Jack? You're messing with the flow of the story here.
Takes a while.
No cara, mano. Dá rabo, velho.
That's right. Run!
I was looking for Jim and shooting any son of a bitch stupid enough to get in my way. And that included Jesse James himself. There sure were a lot of men determined to die that day.
Ah, tá aqui dentro. Pô, o cara protegeu os caras. Demônio.
It was then that Jesse detached the express car from the rest of the damn train. I could see Jesse waiting for me, fixing to kill me so he could get away with all that money.
You had a showdown with Jesse James?
Of course he didn't. Everybody knows that Jesse was killed by Bob Ford.
Yeah. Jesse went out like John Wesley Hardin. Coward shot him in the back of the head.
Guess it doesn't matter how far you run, does it, Ben? Your past always catches up with you. Yeah, I didn't kill Jesse James. Just wounded him bad enough to convince him to hang up his guns.
What about that Jim fella? What happened to him?
I figure he was up front with a gun to the engineer's head. That bastard slipped away again. I'll tell you how I got him. But first I need to wet my whistle.
Horas já. Ai, ai. Qual capítulo eu não lembro.
After my showdown with Jesse, I continued to track his brother, Frank, and that son of a bitch, Jim. I followed those bastards into the high mountains as they were going to ground.
What mountains would that be?
Somewhere in the Ozarks, I believe. The perfect place to hide out from the authorities. In fact, before I could find them, some Indians who fled the res and were hiding out from the military found me first. They probably thought I was a cavalry scout and didn't want me telling the military where they were.
Cabeçota.
They could have been Cheyenne, but there was all sorts of renegades roaming the landscape back then.
Matei. Olha o índio, meu Deus. Pronto. É, aqui de acordo com. Bem. Uma drena bem só. Assim que eu trabalho. Oxi.
Hey, how about another whiskey, Ben? Nothing better to soothe the troubled soul. Now, where was I? Indians, right. I had more than my share of run-ins with the Red Man. Like that time... Did I tell you about Grey Wolf?
Yes, sir. You did.
Ah, of course I did. In fact, I can still remember that old medicine man's words to me.
Jeez, let's go back to that again.
You carry great darkness in your heart. It will claim your soul. You will come to this place again and kill many more men. And the darkness will grow until it consumes everything you are.
Errando tiro aqui pra caralho. Tá errando tudo. Nossa, do bolso, toma.
Let me ask you something, Ben. You ever think about death?
Deixa eu ver qual que dos dois aqui é melhor. Reabastecimento. Qual é o frango atirador aqui? Na verdade, antes, deixa eu ver aqui as armas que tem aqui. Anjo da morte. Tá cantando nada. Aproxime-se e concentração para o inimigo. Que é 12, né? É de 12. Morte espingarda. Isso aqui torna-se especialista explosivo. Toda explosão causada por você. 25 de... Agora isso aqui, vai. Onde que é pra ir agora? Ah, tá.
Won't you spare me over till another year? What is this that I can't see? With ice cold hands taking hold of me. Well, I am death, none can excel. I'll open the door to heaven or hell. Oh, death, oh, death, won't you spare me over till another year?
Beleza. Tem que pegar.
Oh, death, someone would pray. Could you wait to call me another day? Oh, death, won't you spare me over till another year?
So are you gonna answer the question?
What question is that?
Jim Reed. Did you ever find him?
Reed was indeed that son of a bitch's surname. That's right, Ben. A despicable character. I remember him laughing like a hyena that cold morning they lynched me and my brothers. He was intent on avoiding my vengeance, but nothing was gonna stop me. Nothing.
Frank James. O cara tá lá na peida.
I finally did track those outlaws down. They had long rifles with scopes and were well positioned to pick off any poor soul who came anywhere close.
Dele, só pra dar uma visão. Nossa. Dele que eu não tô vendo.
I'm guessing Frank James believed I was responsible for the demise of his brother Jesse. I couldn't really disagree with the man, as I thought Jesse was dead then as well. He backed off as I closed in on him, but he was still intent on killing me. And when I closed in on him again, he backed off again, looking for a better angle on me.
Que arma é essa aqui, pô? Por diabo aqui, ó. Uma. Ela que vai... Ai, cadê? Isso.
Hell, I can't fault Frank for wanting his revenge, as I was there for the same damn reason myself. At this point, I'm guessing you think Silas Greaves is a worse murderer than Jim Reed ever was.
No, sir.
A man who spent half his life killing somebody's brothers, fathers, sons.
I think you were just looking for justice, sir.
Is that what I was looking for, Dwight? Is that what it was? Justice?
Isn't that why you were hunting the James gang?
The James gang.
Caralho.
Right. I finally found Frank holed up in his mountain cabin, and he was determined to have me dead. It was a pitched battle that could have gone either way. Luckily, I had some dynamite in my possession.
Dynamite. On your person.
A few sticks, just in case. It's always good to be prepared.
Right.
I'm just laying out the facts as I remember them, Jack.
Take him out! He's just one man! Put him down!
Death is coming.
Errou.
That old shack? Well, it went tumbling right off that cliff.
With Frank James still in it?
Yes, sir.
But Frank James is still alive, living in Missouri, showing folks around the family farm for 25 cents a tour.
I didn't say he died in the fall, now did I?
Tá certo, porra.
I'm done with this damnable outlaw life. Kill me, don't kill me, do what you will. At this point, I just don't give a shit.
I explained to Frank that I had nothing against him personally and that I was looking for someone else.
You want Reed? Have at him. I never did like that bastard. I am done here.
We parted in peace as Frank pointed out the path to my prey before making his way back down the hill.
Aqui, né? Aqui tá.
So what happened with Reed?
Well,
Caralho, já acabou a bala.
last of the gang hiding in a nearby cave. First, I had to dispatch the lookouts. As I was determined not to let that murderer escape my revenge again. Rather than wander in willy-nilly, I decided it would be better to smoke that sumbitch out. Hey, Reed! I shouted. No wonder you're so ornery. Can't be easy being married to Belle Starr. While you're off providing for the family, she's spreading her legs for every Tom, Dick, and Cole Younger. Not an attractive woman exactly, but very friendly. At least she was to me. It was then that the last bunch of bandits jumped out of hiding.
Why won't this asshole give up?
A merda sabia.
Please, kill him.
Vai encher de cara, velho. Merda.
Cover me!
Como que não matou, mano? Morri. Como que aquele tiro não matou? No saco, velho. Eu castrei o cara, mano. Então não é poder imaginar. Eu vou tentar com um rifle aqui. Depois eu pego minha arma de volta. Se eu acertasse os cabos também seria bonito. Não, porra, se eu soubesse, ó. Fiz a habilidade à toa. Um Peitovski.
eventually, it was just me and Reed.
Quase morri de novo. Puta merda, agora fudeu de
I had
novo.
waited a long time to face him down, so I could repay him for what he did to my brothers.
Porra, é isso, cara. Não tomei tiro e ainda matei. Nossa, na boca. Nossa. É louco. Comido e cagado, cuspido.
Well, I don't know about you boys, but I'm pretty beat.
Well, it's too damn bad you never found that Bob character. Seems a shame he never had to pay.
Well, funny thing about that, I did have one more chance at him.
Vídeo bom, sim. Episódio 7.
6 months ago, I heard that Butch and Sundance were back in the States and had gathered up some of their old gang. I tracked them down, hoping that Roscoe Bob Bryant had returned with them.
So you're saying they didn't die down in Bolivia?
That's what I'm saying.
O bom, o mal e o morto. Tentar para jogar.
40 years I had waited to get my hands on the last of my brother's killers.
Faz 2 armas.
Not even an army of demons could have stopped me now.
Tô com a minha pistolona Bunitovski.
Both Johnny Ringo and Jim Reed fell fairly quickly.
Tá matando os caras.
The last one, Roscoe Bob Bryant. That son of a bitch had managed to escape my vengeance time and time again.
Oxi, mano. Minhas balas tá fazendo cosquinha nos caras, velho.
Both Johnny Ringo and Jim Reed fell fairly quickly. But the last one, Roscoe Bob Bryant. That son of a bitch had managed to escape my vengeance time and time again. I couldn't even be certain I'd recognize him after all those years. By now, he had to be close to 70.
And for all you know, he could have been dead.
That thought had indeed crossed my mind, as did others.
Yes.
For instance, did my thirst for vengeance turn me into something worse than the man I was after? By this point in my storied career, I had killed more men than Bob Bryant ever had. I was furious as hell at that bastard for making me who I am.
Esquivei pelo lado errado. Eu quero que eu tinha visto o cara.
Nothing could stop me from taking his life. Been after that killer forever. From the time I rode with Billy the Kid. But that chapter of my story you already know.
Chapter of that fairy tale, you mean?
Suddenly it was 1910. There I was, an old man roaming a ghost town dead almost 2 decades.
É por cima, não, né? Não, não, não. Soltei. Vou lugar aqui. Por cima mesmo. Por cima mesmo.
Town was falling apart, just like me. But I wasn't about to call it quits. Even though the ghosts of my dead brothers were begging me to end what I started so long ago.
Mr. Graves, are you all right? Would you like some water?
The Wild Bunch knew I was there. They were after a treasure they had hidden before they fled, buried in the grave of a dead amigo. Some folks think the town is haunted, so they figured there wouldn't be many people poking around. I intended to fill that grave with Bob Bryant's corpse. But like I said, the bandits knew I was on to them. They lured me in and hit me with everything they had.
Kill that old timer!
Neste. Olha essa bosta, mano.
But you obviously prevailed since you're sitting here telling us.
Actually, in that moment, I did not prevail.
So I suppose we're talking to a ghost.
Essa porra.
Funny you should put it like that, Jack.
Isso é muita bala.
Because when I woke up...
From the dead?
There was silence all around me. I could swear to God I saw Billy then.
Billy who?
Billy, the kid. William Bonney. He was shooting at me from a rooftop. Here, there, even over there.
Nossa.
So I am right. You are titched in the head.
Mr. Graves, perhaps we should switch you to coffee?
You see that old Indian again, too?
No, but I did see Billy's killer. Patrick Floyd Garrett. He came at me, guns a-blazing. But I knew that old war horse had died 2 years before.
Puta que pariu, eu tô vendo fantasma, mano. Tô doente, é porra.
But I knew that old war horse had died 2 years before. I wondered if maybe I was dead too and confronting the ghosts of my past. Perhaps all my sins were coming back to haunt me and drag me down to perdition.
Já tá o menino. Tá vendo? Porra de fantasma. A cidade fantasma, nossa, vai se foder. Billy the Kid. Não tô vendo ninguém, mano. Os bichos é branco e tá uma névoa gigante aqui.
I saw Henry Plummer throw dynamite at me.
Eu tô vendo todo mundo que eu matei, velho.
In the gates of the cemetery, I saw John Wesley Hardin, just like I remembered him.
Cadê o cara, mano? Vai tomar no cu, mano. Não tô enxergando nada, esse cara tá me atirando, não é isso? Ainda tem mais.
Robert Ollinger appeared with his terrible double-barrel shotgun. But no Ghost Army was stopping me.
My father-in-law got hit with a fallen branch. He spent the rest of his life talking to dogs.
Newman Hayes Clanton, William Brocious, John Peters Ringo, they all wanted me dead.
Meu Deus do céu. Eu tô me afastando da história. Puta merda. Corre, caralho. Eu tenho que ir então. Morri. Eita, mano. Porra de fantasma, velho.
Newman Hayes Clanton, William Brocious, John Peters Ringo, they all wanted me dead. The Dalton brothers, Robert and Grattan, guardians of the Garden of the Dead. George Curry and Harvey Logan, alias Kid Curry. Both thirsty for vengeance from the great beyond. Jesse, Woodson, James, and Jim Reed. Each one deader than the next. I thought I would go crazy.
Eu, mano. Atrás, tá na frente agora. Cadê o cara? Cadê os caras? Cadê os caras?
Finally, I saw Harry Alonzo Longabaugh.
The Sundance Kid?
Like a general leading his legion of the dead.
You told us before that you'd seen him alive.
He was alive.
Eu vou morrer, velho.
Then I heard a voice call to me from afar. It was Robert Leroy Parker, a.k.a. Butch Cassidy, coming at me from out of the fog.
Thanks for taking care of that bastard.
Ele tá vivo ainda. Podcast ali. Speed Silas Greaves. O bom, o mal e o morto. Ah, por isso o título. Caralho.
But the kid wasn't quite deceased. Not yet.
Takes more than one little bullet to kill the likes of me, partner.
Those two looked like they hadn't seen each other for quite a while. Clearly, they were no longer amigos.
Shit. I was hoping I wouldn't have to kill you.
You won't have to, Butch. I'm killing you first.
I asked them about Bob Bryant, but they were too busy with their own heated conversation.
Let me get this shit straight. You want my money and the love of my life?
You frittered it all away, Butch. Edda's mine. So is that damn money.
I didn't want to shoot anybody until I had an answer to my question. But those boys didn't give me much of a choice.
Cara, eu vou ter que matar os dois, mano. Como que eu vou fazer isso? Um impasse mexicano. Use RB para mudar seu foco para o inimigo que estiver olhando para você. Nossa, mano, cara, eu tenho que adivinhar quem é que vai atirar em mim, mano. Eu esquivei, mano. Eu esquivei. Cheguei, contemple-me. Aí, meu bem. Ah, mano, que mentira. O jogo. Eu puxei a arma, o jogo não deixou. Vontade de dar um murro em quem fez esse jogo. Entendeu?
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid died there in that cemetery not 6 months ago.
Cara, eu matei, porra. Foi difícil. Depois você falar que eu tava sofrendo, filho, aí, ó. Pra demonstrar que eu não tava sofrendo. Final. Caralho, zeramos mesmo. Porra, rápido pra caralho.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid were killed by the Bolivian army. Everybody knows that.
That's the legend, but it ain't the truth.
So, you never found Bob?
There is no Bob. This old sumbitch ain't even Silas Greaves.
Sir, is that true? Have you been pulling our legs this whole time?
Well, not the whole time.
Oh man, I think you've worn out your welcome here.
Maybe you're right, Jack. Maybe it's time to pay. You see, Ben, or should I say Bob, your past always catches up with you.
I was a different man back then, crazy. Drinking, I changed my ways, I swear to you. If I could turn back the clock,
But you can't, Bob.
Escolha seu destino. Eu posso fazer a redenção. Ou posso fazer a minha vingança do passado. Vingança. O cara tá caçando o Bob desde o jogo inteiro, velho. Quero fazer a vingança.
why'd you toy with me like that? Telling those tales, knowing all along. Why not just lay your cards on the table?
Here. I won't have it said that I left you with nothing.
That's how you want it? So be it.
Holy shit!
Move against that wall. Go!
Isso aqui é diferente, não mostra a porcentagem. Até que se eu atirar naquele papel ali e depois nele, o que será que acontece? Não acontece nada. Uma bala perdida. Só isso mesmo. Vai que tinha uma conquista por isso.
Did you know it was him all along?
Cassidy told me Bob was in Abilene before he died. But I wasn't sure Ben was my man until he revealed how much he knew about Ringo and Reed. The coin, of course. Well, that was the last nail in that particular coffin.
I better go get the sheriff.
You okay, boy? You're looking mighty shook up.
Dwight, maybe you best go home. Young Eisenhower here is leaving for West Point tomorrow. He shouldn't get caught up in something like this.
I think I might head out myself at this juncture. Unless you want to stop me, Jack.
No, sir, Mr. Graves.
So where are you going now? Now that you had your revenge?
Doesn't really matter, does it? As I've sold my soul for it, and will never again walk with those I have lost.
Zeramos. Falei que ia zerar, não deu nenhuma hora, né? Termina a história na dificuldade alta, termina a história em qualquer dificuldade das conquistas. Porra, falei, não ia. Acho que não ia dar nem uma hora direito. Bom, e é isso, né? Espero que você tenha gostado aqui, né, do full game aqui que eu tirei da live. Quantidade nessa live, esse vídeo que eu vou tirar lá da live que eu fiz lá na Twitch, Call of Juarez Gunslinger, sei lá qual o nome desse jogo, eu esqueci já. Então vai lá que já zerei outro game lá que foi Batman Arkham e tô jogando Soul Frame, que eu postei aí um começo do primeiro episódio aí do Soul Frame, tô postando ele. E lá no dia 4, né, como vocês sabem, vai sair Hollow Knight Silksong e eu vou fazer live lá, né, no dia 4 de setembro, Silksong, se não adiar, né, espero que não. E vamos lá, segue lá eu aí, mano. Pra gente se divertir mesmo, ficar conversando, trocar uns papos, zoar e um monte de outras coisas aí, né, velho? Então, é isso. Espero que vocês tenham gostado e nos vemos no próximo vídeo. Falou!